Hello there AOS fans, it's me, Pete. I am going to be coming up against Robin this Friday in a matchup with my Sepulchral Guard versus his Fire Slayers, and this is the deck I'm going to use. Now this is the deck I was also going to be taking to the Grand Clash, so it's not been specifically designed with Fire Slayers in mind. It's more a generic tournament friendly matchup that I would hopefully be able to use against anybody and do well. So we'll see how we go. So let's start with the objectives. My first objective is Battle Without End. I'm going to be in his face, he's going to be killing me. I should be able to score this one fairly easily. Next one's March of the Dead. If I can get this towards the middle of the game, I might struggle. Early doors, I might do a bit better because I'm going to be moving all of my guys up to try and start to get in his face. He's going to be going after objectives rather than starting to chop me to pieces. So that one might be useful early doors. More able bodies, I'm going to be trying to kill people. Might struggle with Fire Slayers. That would be better to have against other Sepulchral Guard or Skaven or Khorne or something like that. But, you know, you never know my luck. And then skills Unforgotten. Hopefully my Warden will get in the mix and he'll be able to chop somebody down who's already been wounded and get me an extra easy instant glory. Then Determined Defender. This one's going to be an easy one for me. It's a no-brainer as long as I can get it early. One of my petitioners is going to be sitting on objective in my backfield. They're just going to stay there and hopefully earn me another easy glory. I've got Escalation. Again, hopefully I'll be getting some glory from some easier objectives, so that should be an easy one to get. Worst case scenario, if Robin's trouncing me, he'll have loads of glory that he can spend on upgrades, and I'll still get the objective. And Ploymaster, play 3 Ploys. Hopefully I get this early doors with a load of Ploys in my hand. Worst case scenario, I get it later in the game. I might have to then pick a card to try and up my chances of getting 3 Ploys to play. Supremacy, I'm going to go after objectives. If I can get 3 on my side, then that'll be even better. That's what my petitioners are there for, pretty much, grabbing objectives and hopefully scoring me Supremacy. Just got to watch out for Earthquake. Master of War, a ploy, an upgrade and an objective. Should be fairly easy to do, that's why I've put that one in there. Victorious Duel. This one I don't think I'll be able to score against Fire Slayers, but like I say, this is a tournament deck. This would definitely be something I'd be looking to take against Skaven, maybe Khorne, maybe, I don't know, that's probably the only 2 that this one's probably good against at the minute. Skaven, Khorne and obviously Sepulchral Guard. And the last 2 objectives are Tactical Supremacy 1 and 2 and Tactical Supremacy 3 and 4. I've got these because I'm going to be going after Supremacy and hopefully I'll have 3 objectives in my half. If I don't, I'm pushing into his half anyway and hopefully I'll be able to swarm a couple more objectives, get some bodies in the right place, and I can go after 1 or 2 of these at the same time Supremacy, and that'll net me some extra glory there. And then my upgrades, where I will be spending all that glorious glory. I've got Deathly Charge. My champion is hopefully going to be one of my main killers, and this is going to be something he'll definitely benefit from. +1 damage on charge, always nice. Also, someone pointed out recently on Facebook, if I can get Deathly Charge off early, and then I can use one of my ploys to get him to attack again during that same phase, then he'll get the +1 damage on that other attack too, because he has charged that round. Focused Attack gives my Harvester a cleave attack, which is useful against Stormcast, Orcs, and Fire Slayers, so it's good against 50% warbands. It also means that against Skaven, I can have a bit more chance of taking out Kirk, and it just means he's a bit more effective against a lot more warbands. Frightening Speed, +2 movement on some of my main guys. Maneuverability is always an issue for Sepulchral Guard, and having that +2 move will be handy. Undying, +1 wound is never a problem. I would probably give that to one of my 3 main guys on my Sepulchral Warden. Almost definitely going to be my champion on my Sepulchral Warden though. Possibly my Harvester if I've got focused attack on him. Acrobatic, +1 defense dice for all my guys. Always nice to have. Awakened Weapon, being able to re-roll a dice if I charge with my champion or with my Sepulchral Warden, or even if it's not a charge, if it's just a regular old attack, that dice roll is handy. Daemonic Weapon, I'd probably give this either to my Prince of Dust or I'd give it to a petitioner if they're in the right position to just create another threat. Also means if they die after they've used it, I can resurrect them and I can use it again, assuming they haven't charged, of course. Great Strength, +1 damage on my Warden or my champion. Possibly even my Harvester if I've given him the focused attack, or if I'm up against somebody else I'd probably give that to the Harvester just to try and spread his attacks around where he can hit everybody. Light Armour, you lose your crits on defense, but defense isn't really something that's so hot for me anyway, but you get to add an extra dice. This would almost definitely go on my champion, maybe again my Harvester, or possibly even a petitioner who's got the Daemonic Weapon. Shade Glass Darts, the ability to attack at range is handy for me because maneuverability is a problem. So if I could give this to my Prince of Dust in the backfield and he could just stand behind everyone and just pepper people with Shade Glass Darts, that would be quite handy. And then Soul Trap, that would be going on my Warden pretty much, unless I get it late game and I'm already in the lead, and I might give it to my champion if he's mixing things up, or maybe somebody with a Demonic Weapon. But almost definitely my Warden, because I do not want him to die. So those are my upgrades, and my ploys, which will help me hopefully get the objectives to buy those upgrades, are as follows. Bone shrapnel, do a damage on somebody when one of my guys gets taken out. My guys are going to die, they're weak and flimsy and fall over in a stiff breeze. Being able to cause 1 damage on somebody without them being able to stop that is handy. Ceaseless attacks, being able to make an attack action with somebody else after somebody's attack could be handy, might help me 1-2 somebody else, knock somebody around a bit, help to push them around the table a bit more. That one's just going to be handy for me since I'm on the offense. Restless dead, put a friendly fighter back on the board. That's obviously handy if he manages to get the drop on me early and take somebody out whilst they're still on one of their deployment hexes. That means I can bring them straight back on that hex and maybe attack back in the next turn. Necromancer commands, remake an attack that fails. If I'm in a really vital position and my warden or my champion fluffs their attack, having this card would be very handy. Death Throes, bit like bone shrapnel, but it allows you to hit any enemy fighter in that adjacent hex when you get taken out of action. This could be handy if I've already hit somebody with bone shrapnel and then he takes somebody else out, and I can then cause another damage to them. Duel of Wits, it's almost a given. I'm nearly always going to take this in my deck regardless of whether I've got 20 or 22 cards. This is a 22 card deck. Being able to draw another 2 cards into your hand is always helpful. Earthquake, again, I'm not going after objectives, but if I'm up against someone who is, Earthquake could really stymie their advance and really cause them issues. Ready for action, this one's a great card. Obviously it enables you to do a move, which could be handy if I'm stuck in the backfield, but also if I'm hitting somebody and they're nearly dead, I might be able to get this card off and then get that second attack in straight away. Sidestep, given card really, you've nearly always got to have Sidestep in your hand. It's just such a helpful card to be able to shift one of your guys around, either move the warden away from danger if he's just attacked, or move someone a bit closer. Balls of Battle, a free upgrade is never to be sniffed at, and if you can combine it with Ready for Action, that is just a brilliant little combo there. And Trap, if I hit somebody and push them back, this will do an extra damage. So that's 3 cards I've got in my hand that will enable me to do 1 extra damage without him being able to stop it. I also have 2 cards which enable me to do potentially 2 attacks in a row, and a card that enables me to re-roll an attack. So with those, I'm hoping that I can dish out some concentrated damage, some spike damage, and take out either hard hitters like Fuel, or if I was up against Oryx, I'd obviously go after Gerzag. Somebody who's got a lot of wounds who I can hopefully then quickly tear apart. That would be the ideal situation. So anyway, that's my deck. My plan is to put up my 3 main guys up front, my warden in the centre backfield, and my petitioners around the edges just to grab the objectives and pretty much sit on them the whole time. That's the plan anyway, and we'll see how it goes. So let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you think it's an absolute load of tosh, or whether you think I'm onto a winner with this one. And are there any Sepulchral Guard cards that you would recommend I should always have? See you next time. Bye!